And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's going to gain about 3 yards as they bring him down. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down now.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not. Just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Penix here from the gun. Complete. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the shotgun, Penix. He's got it. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish up an excellent opening series. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
And you could feel it, Kate. He wasn't content at any point of last week's game. As he led them to a win, he kept pushing higher and higher. 300 yards, 350, 400, and he was still thriving, driving the ball downfield as the game ended with a good bit over 400 yards. With his mindset, that's the minimum bar for him to attack this week.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Now here he goes on the boot. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
A gain of 15. And the Cowboy.
First down, here's Dak. Hits his running back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That one's cut along the left sideline. So 20 yards on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
He takes this down to the 24-yard line. Tackled by Luke Ororo.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Dak throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. Working inside the red zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second down, here's Prescott again. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that. And he's there for the interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. It's an early advantage for the Falcons. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They have the full field ahead of them here as they start deep on their own side. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Penix out of his end zone. Little off centers, man, just couldn't adjust to it. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up second down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
And this gets him well away from dangerous. He is out past their 20. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Robinson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
And better luck next time for you. I feel for those running backs because that blitz was drawn up to hit him right in the mouth.
Penix working from the gun. Got a man, it's Drake London. After making the catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. To the air with Penix. Hits some space around midfield. And he takes it down to the 33. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. A give left side. Here's Robinson. They'll cobble together a yard there. A stop made by Donovan Ezeraku. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
At the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
Play action. Here's Penix. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And he's brought down at the line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. And after the play, one of the Falcons still out there injured. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as they check on him. Return coming from the 6. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough 1st step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 32-yard line.
Penix looking to pass. The left side is caught by Pitts. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Robinson on the inside give. Got him a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
On second down. Robinson. Only can get his yard here, Brock. It's going to be third down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 20-zip lead. Drake London with the touchdown. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Coach Brian Schottenheimer sending his Cowboys offense back to the field. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. So after the sack, quite the situation they find themselves in. Here comes 2nd and 22. Dak now from the gun. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So when we come back, it'll be 3rd and 7. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. That's Ferguson. He brings it in. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. To gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Prescott now on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They do snap it. Here's Prescott. And he's caught. He's got Lamb. This play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out. Short of it. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
A gain of 14.
Throwing again. Prescott. goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys chop some of the lead off before the half. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown.
I know you got a mixture looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys get it back to a 14-point game.
Cowboys 7. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
On first down, here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
15 at the 21-yard line.
On the set. Set. Viking 18.
From the shotgun, Penix. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground. That throw is looking for Kyle Pitts. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's going to be stopped real shy of that first down marker. Call it a yard. That means 4th down coming up. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. Kavontae Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. Here's Ryan Rico on for the punt. And this will be his first effort of the contest. All right, they're only going to have enough time for one more snap here before we reach halftime.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. And with the clock just about to strike 0, we get a timeout. 1 second to go in our half. Here's the final play of our first half.
Yeah. Here we go. What do you think?
He's back to throw. Throwing this for the end zone. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the brink.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. The first month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The Titans at home to take on the Bengals. And it's Cam Ward. He's going to find his man here. This, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Titans with an important W. They didn't want to start 1-4, and they won't following their victory here. From there, let's get you to another interesting matchup. And it's Kyron Williams. He's got it, he's got room, he's got a touchdown. That's a 29-yard score. The Rams trying to stay perfect, seeking their 5th straight win. They lead at the half. Lastly, got one more to show you here. And here's the Seahawks running back. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. This one's gone to halftime with the Seahawks trying to get back over 500 in the early parts of the season. They lead at the break. With that, here's a look at the rest of the action from around the NFL here in Week 5, the first weekend of October. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we hand it back over to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
Set to kick off.
Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he's out of bounds. This is a great start for them, already on their opponent's side of the field. So Coach Brian Schottenheimer sending his Cowboys offense back to the field. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Blue. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, you really create some indecision now defensively.
Here's Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch, so it'll be 3rd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one misses the tight end, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. So they go for it on 4th, partner, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards.
And the Cowboys, 1st down. It's a gain of 25 yards.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Blue running to the right. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Throwing the out route complete. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Cowboys 14.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. New set of downs for them from the 31. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We'll go play action. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on second down. 16 to go following the sack. Here's Penix to throw. He'll try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. He dodged the tackle. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
And ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up fourth down. We're paused here to deal with an injured player, and this is a significant one. Oh, that's Bijan Robinson getting looked at after the play. Offense isn't moving here. They are going for this on 4th and 1. They send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw. Gets this one to London. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 43. Play fake, Penix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
At the 47-yard line.
Penix here from the gun. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Cowboys going with a dime package now. 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd down's critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So Coach Brian Schottenheimer sending his Cowboys offense back to the field. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up second down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. A curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
On the give, it's Blue. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. A gain of 15 there, and that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down. Here's Dak. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
To the air on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He finds the rookie from Ohio State, and they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Dak throwing again. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. 2nd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Back to the air, Prescott. And screen here to Blue. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. Now a pause as they attend to an injured player, and they wait with bated breath because it is Dak Prescott who's getting help here. Defense gunning for a stop here. It's 3rd down.
18, tight end. Hiking, 18. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. now they're staring at 4th and long.
That's one of those third down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Back to throw it. Has it downfield, working the left. And I don't think he got to the marker. Look. A little short, and yep, indeed, he's marked short. This is a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost him the possession.
And he's going to line up in the red for this play, back at the 8.
He's taken down back at his own.
So we're through 3 here. It's the Falcons with the football. They're leading, but not by a ton. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He takes it ahead for a healthy 70 yards. It's 3rd down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Penix working from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And now it's 5 sacks for them in this one. Man, this defense is eating. Latest brings up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
And he gets it away from his end zone. That's taken in at the 42. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Bails out of the pocket quick. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36.
Get it.
A 3rd down run with Blue. And this is only a short gain. He's stopped down at the 33. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's go now.
Throw here, 3rd down. Finds him on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
He was
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
He has the first over the middle, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ready, ready.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. Huh. 60 Eagles, 60.
Blue gets the handoff. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Here we go. 19 Lions. They smash. Ready.
They'll run it here with Moffa. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Cowboys now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.